Man, this episode was lit, and I can't wait to discuss it. Let's talk about love, sex, and marriage. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to KRS TV. This is your boy Kenny, and this is Love, Sex, and Marriage Season 2, Episode 3. This episode was really good, so let me begin. The episode opens up. Cortez is dressed to go to a day party with Ken and the crew, and they immediately read him for his look, because he definitely got this nerdy thing going on. He's got a sweater tied around him. He's got these glasses and everything, and he's like, "Are we ready?" And then Andre was like, "Ready for what?" And then that Abante was like, "You're not ready for anywhere, let alone a day party looking like that. You need a makeover." And then they start going in like, "Dang, look how dirty your nails are. What were you doing? Picking potatoes or some shit?" I was like, they was going in on Cortez. And it's like, look, and like Kim was, and then like, of course Cortez felt some kind of way, but Kim was like, "Look, there's nothing wrong with who you are. You just need to put a little style to you." And then he pretty much says, "Oh yeah, and them dang on glasses from 1980s weird science. No, we can't fuck with those." And then they said that, "Look, we're gonna kind of do like a makeover like Drew Barrymore, and like from Never Been Kissed." And I was like, yeah, that was real. So they talk about that. And then we see that Ashley is on her date with the guy that Andre set up for her. His name is Antonio, and he's an architect. And pretty much, they actually are talking, going back and forth. They're having a good time. So she's like, "Well, my whole thing is that why'd you ask me? Why did you choose to go out with me? After all, I'm not. I work at the restaurant, and I'm a curvy girl, And then she was saying that did Andre set me up? Oh, I will beat his little. He's like, no, calm down. He's like, "I saw you at the restaurant, and the thing is, I like your carefree attitude, and I love your outlook on life, because most of the people that I deal with are bougie, and besides, another favorite line from Waiting to Exhale, I like a woman with a little meat on her bones." I was like, okay, you better get it, Gregory Hines. I ain't mad at you, Antonio. That was smooth, and Antonio's cute. He's very attractive. And he loved him some Ashley. So they decide, okay, let's go out, let's leave here and let's go somewhere else. Let's go have some fun. And they leave out and they go to further enjoy their date. So then we get a scene with Darren, Jeremy, and Rick. And shout out to Brian Dwayne, who plays Jeremy. He did a fucking awesome job acting in this episode, because Jeremy was on one, like literally the entire time. And I have to say, Brian Dwayne did his thing in this scene. So pretty much Darren, Jeremy, and Rick are hanging out talking, and he's saying that, and all of a sudden Jeremy's like, "You sure you want to marry Ken?" And then Darren was like, "Hell yeah, what's wrong? Are you jealous or something?" He was like, "Not hardly." I was like, actions speak louder than words, and from what that tone you giving, you're definitely fucking jealous, Jeremy. And then and he was saying that, and then Rick was like, "Well, to be honest, it was kind of quick." He's like, "Well, it's like, yeah, we've been together for a year, but things have, we're ready to take that step in our relationship." "Yeah, but you may want to rethink that once that secret come out. And part of that secret is sitting right next to you, Darren. Just saying." And then pretty much Rick says that, him and Vontae are dating and it's getting serious between them. And they all notice that everybody booed up except for you, Jeremy. Yeah, because Jeremy is longing for a man he can't have. Or pretty much he's longing for a man that he had that y'all don't know about. So he pretty much saying that, look, maybe we can hook you up with Andre, Ken's friend. And he was like, Andre, that name sounds familiar. I'm like, yeah, and for those who watch season 1, y'all know that the whole familiar situation is that Jeremy, along with his friend, drugged and raped Andre at a party, and we saw that their friend Terrell came in and beat their asses and actually took Andre home. So that's really where the connection is, that Jeremy raped Ken's best friend Andre. So once that comes out, that's really gonna be some shit. Let alone the fact that Jeremy had sex with Ken, during the finale. So all of a sudden we see that Ken and everybody comes through. Ken and Vontae show up. Andre's not there, but Cortez comes and shows his makeover, and Cortez was looking good. I was like, oh wow, like they gave him some contacts, gave him a different way of dressing. He looked good, and he was kind of feeling it. You can see there's a level of confidence in Cortez now that wasn't there. And even though he's very shady and very, very smart, you can see there's a little swag now that that Cortez has, and it was cute to see. And and then all of a sudden they start talking about, like, well, we was just in here talking about, it'll be a good thing, if we try to hook up, Jeremy with Andre. And he was like, and then all of a sudden Kim was like, Andre? He's like, Jeremy don't want Andre. And then all of a sudden Jeremy's like, how would you know? As a matter of fact, I might check out this Andre guy. I mean, after all, it's not like I'm sleeping with anybody. Right, Ken? I was like, oh, you messy bitch. Oh, like he is so in his feelings. And then, Cortez is like, he feeling himself. So he's like, look, hey, we went out to a day party. What about a night party? What's going on? And then, like, Ken was like, well, me and Damon having a date night. And eventually, well, I gotta work. He's like, oh my God, you guys are lame. And he's like, oh damn, you get a damn makeover for one day and you already feeling yourself. So they pretty much all disperse, and the only people who are left is Ken and Jeremy. So all of a sudden Jeremy was like, you don't want me to go out with Andre because you still want me, huh? And he's like, no, I just don't want your ass around. He was like, you still want me? He's like, yo, why don't you let this shit go, Jeremy? It was a fucking mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you keep trying to hold this over my head, man? Like, let this shit go. And he's like, but then Jeremy was like, but I like you like this though. He was like, and then all of a sudden Kim was like, you know what? It's punks like you that give gay men a bad name. You a hating ass nigga because you just mad that me and Daryl have something going. You want me and I don't want you, and you trying to hold this shit over my head and trying to break me, and it ain't gonna work. Then all of a sudden Jeremy flips and he was like, punks like me, the last time I checked, it was you the one who slept with your man's best friend. You know what, Ken? You act like you perfect, but you ain't nothing but a cheating little bitch. And it's you that give the gays a bad name. Drop mic. I was like, ooh. I was like, damn. Because they both told truths, but I have to say Jeremy stung even more so. Because he kind of put it out there. You the one who, because he's the one that invited Jeremy over. And at first I thought he drugged Jeremy. At first I thought he had drugged Ken like he did Andre at that party. But come to find out, no, they really got it in. So he pretty much kind of threw that in his face, and Ken was just shut down. And I was like, wow. And then all of a sudden Darren comes back and sits in between them. He's like, hey, so what we gonna do? And then all of a sudden Jeremy's like, I'm gonna go shoot some hoops. I'll talk to you later. And I was like, oh, so it's obvious even more so. You're in love with Ken, and you're mad because you don't want Ken with Darren, because you want Ken with you. And I'm like, that's why you're trying to create the situation to break them up so you can get Ken for yourself. I'm like, wow, this shit is crazy. So then we see that Ken and Darren talking, and Darren is like, you know, and then like pretty much Ken was like, I don't deserve you, Darren. And he's like, I got something to tell you. He's like, look, I already know. He's like, you do? He's like, yeah. You spent too much money on this wedding, and I know I've been trying to, cut things down or whatever, but I just let you do it because I know this is what you want. I want this day to be the happiest for you. But he's like, and he's like, but I'm gonna go shoot some hoops, but we'll talk more about this later. And then it's like Ken is just left there, literally like, oh my God, how could I be so stupid? And I'm like, wow. So it's evident Ken is in love with Darren. And as I said, when Ken gets mad, Ken does the unthinkable. He lets his anger drive him. And his anger drove him to do the dumbest shit ever. And I'm thinking, Ken, what the hell you think was going to happen, bruh? You fuck with somebody in your man's circle. Did you think that shit was going to be secret? Now, I can see if you fuck with a nigga random that he didn't know, but you fucked with his best friend. So you intentionally at that moment wanted to hurt Darren. So what do you think is going to happen when it comes out? And the fact that there were times you tried to tell him, but you never did. Kind of similar to last season when Andre was trying to tell his truth about that nothing happened between him and Darren, and he couldn't get it out. And it's just funny how the tables have turned. So we see that Andrea is Ashley's working the front of the restaurant at Vontae's. So yeah, we go to Vontae's restaurant, and some guy named Donald Parks, who's from EMG Financials, comes in, and he's asking like, can I see Vontae Shaw? And she's like, I don't know who that is. I plead the fifth. I don't know. Like, he's like you are not in court. But he's like, why are you asking for people? You don't come up in here asking for people's government. We don't know you. And he was saying that, pretty much, I'm here about the loan for the restaurant. He's like, oh, she's like, oh, okay. Well, why didn't you say that? Why are you coming in here calling people government and shit? Why don't you go at the bar and they'll take care of you? And, he be here and I'll make sure he comes out and meet you. So then, we see that, Andre comes up, to talk to Ashley, and she's like, well, old boy right there, he's here to give a loan and everything. And, I think we're going to he's like, and Ashley's like, I think I'm going to get a raise. And then I'm just like, oh, yes, I need a raise. She's like, no, bitch, you just got here. So then he asks about her date with Antonio. She says, oh, yeah, I took him to Old National. And she's like, Old National? What happened? She says, no, we had a great time, and we're going to hang out again next weekend. So, yeah, Ashley done got her a man, and I'm happy that my girl Ashley got a man. She's so pretty, and she's thick, and it's great seeing big people getting love, and that we're beautiful too. So yes, I'm happy that they showed this. That look, people come in different shapes and sizes, and sexy ain't about a size. It's about how you feel and about how you present yourself. And I'm so happy that they show, Ashley get her a love interest, and he liked her for all of it. So that was pretty cool. And then all of a sudden Vontae comes up. He's like, why are you two conversing and not working? And then like Andre is like, we're not conversing, we're conversating. That was cute. Marcus Jones, you did that shit. That was nice. I lived for that. And then pretty much she says, so he's like, and he's like, can you please, and they let him know that there's somebody there waiting for him. He's like, could you please have us set a table and send some wine? And then Ashley's like, gone. He's like, what? And she's like, no, go. Go, get the table, get the wine, do your job, slave. I was like, Ashley's a mess. So we see that that Mr. Parks and Vontae sit down, and pretty much we find out that he's 7 months behind and he's facing foreclosure. And then Andre comes up to pour the wine or whatever, and he said, and pretty much Mr. Parks is like, look, you need to update your loans or they can close the doors of this building by the end of this month. And of course, Andre flipped and poured the wine on him. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then Vontae's like, you should not have said that in front of him. I'm like, yeah, why the hell would you be that loud and talking around an employee about that? Like, that was dumb. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. And then all of a sudden he says, and then Andre comes to try to clean him off. He's like, and who are you? And she's like, none of your business. Now get your ass back to work. Like, so, but he says that, look, I can get you more time if you go out with me. And he was like, well, I'm seeing someone. And he's like, well, think of it as a business transaction. And he's like, so what it sounds like is blackmail. He was like, look, the choice is up to you. You got my number. And I was like, oh, there's going to be some shit. He done got this thing going on with Rick. And now old boy is saying, if you go out with me, I'll help you get more time so you can pay that loan back to the bank. I'm like, oh, damn. So then we see that Andre goes to tell Ashley, like, yo, girl, I got some tea. They not giving us a loan. Vontae is behind. They about to close this place down. And she was like, he's like, what we gonna do? It's like, we probably gonna have to find some new jobs or something. And she was like, nah, we gotta do something, And she's like, and he's like, well, what you got going on tonight? And he's like, I'm going to this party at Edgewood. He was like, well, that's just it. Get people from Edgewood to come, to come to the restaurant tomorrow, So we see that they trying to work a plan to get him some clientele so he can make some money so he can pay this loan off. And I'm like, so this shows you right there that they true friends and they got Vontae's back. But Vontae is all about image and he don't want nobody to know that he's going through this, because we saw in the last episode, he was trying to tell Ken and he couldn't even get it out to Ken. So this is something he's trying to handle on his own. But this is a situation where you really need your friends, because your friends could actually help you. But yet we got this damn Mr. Parks who works for the bank, and he trying to, saying, I'll help you out if you play with me. And we already know he's gonna really try to take this shit into a different direction. So then we see that at this party at Edgewood, Andre goes with Cortez because they had mentioned to him earlier that, Andre's going to a party. Maybe you can hang out with Andre. So he hangs out with Cortez, and he pretty much lets him know, do not take drinks from random dudes, because dudes be drugging motherfuckers. Trust me, I know. And we definitely know from last season, because that's happened to him. And it was Jeremy that drugged him and raped him. So we see that Cortez meet this guy named Deshaun. Deshaun at first tries to go to Andre to extend the drink. Andre completely blew him off and turned him down. So he went to Cortez, and Cortez was like, at first Cortez was kind of like, well, I was told not to take drinks from anybody. He's like, what, you were afraid to take a drink from me? And he was like, well, no. And he just took the drink and drunk it, and the two of them started vibing. The guy's name is Deshaun, and Cortez gives him his number and everything. And then all of a sudden Andre comes back, and he was like, what the hell is going on? Why are you so happy? He's like, I met the guy that was here. He's so cute. I like him. And he was like, so what happened? He's like, well, he gave me his drink. He offered me a drink. I took the drink, and then I gave him my number. He's like, dude, what the hell did I just tell you? You don't be taking random drinks from dudes, bruh. Like, look, I know you happy and everything, and you feeling you kind of, feeling your groove. But look, you need to kind of slow down with these dudes, man. All that glitters ain't gold. So Andre's trying to give him some real shit, but Cortez right now he's on cloud 9, and he's liking the fact that he's getting some attention. So then next you know, he tossed to Cortez in the kitchen, and Deshaun asks Cortez out on a date, but he's like, but I gotta study. He's like, well, we can still hang out. He's like, but I gotta study. I was like, it was too cute. And he was like, but you still gotta eat though. He's like, well, yeah. I was just like, oh my god. And And then, after he leaves, after Deshaun leaves, well, pretty much Andre pops up, and pretty much Deshaun's like, well, I'm about to roll out anyway, but yeah, we should hook up and talk later. She's like, okay. It was just too cute, because like Cortez is just really, he's kind of feeling, he's kind of like feeling his new groove. But then Andre was like, dude, like, you are really, really giddy right now, like, bruh, and he's like, I think I'm in love, and I think he likes me, and he's so nice, and I want him to be with me, and then all of a sudden, Cortez reveals that he's actually a virgin. And I'm like, ooh. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. He's never been with a guy. He's like, well, the thing is, guys never noticed me. So I just never really put myself out there. But now I'm ready. I wanna give it up, and I just wanna have fun. And Andre's trying to tell him, like, bro, you need to slow down, and there's nothing wrong with being a virgin. He's like, but you guys clowned me about it. You guys, made fun of me and all of that. And he was saying that, look, we were joking with you. But, dude, you need to slow your roll, and don't be so quick to give it up to a guy just because he gives you a compliment. You need to kind of take it slow. And then we see that the two of them leave the party together, and that was the end of the episode. But we see that the next episode from the previews for what's happening in episode 4, yeah, it's going to get even more heated. And I am so on the edge to see what's going to happen next. So that's what happened, y'all. Also to announce that for those who live in the DMV like myself, on August 2nd, Love, Sex, and Marriage, the stage play, will be premiering at the Black Box Theater in Silver Springs. I will have that link in the description box where you can buy your tickets. So definitely go and support this show. This play has been a success. It's been selling out throughout the country, and it's coming to the DMV on August 2nd. So yeah, you guys definitely don't want to miss it. So yeah, get your tickets now. So that's what I have. If I missed anything, get down in those comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. Subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on all of my social platforms. I have them all listed in the description box. Also, click that link, to get your tickets to Love, Sex, and Marriage, the stage play if you're here in the DMV. And also click on the link, for Trium Online, so you can subscribe to their YouTube channel so you can catch up on Season 1 if you haven't seen it. And also follow Season 2. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I will be back with the next episode of Love, Sex, and Marriage. So until next time, everybody, take care.